I've already got kernels between my teeth. Well, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, for you guys, I have a special little segment that I'd like to do. It's basically going to be a story time, but my friend Alex and I, on his channel, which I'll link right here in this little info card, you guys can go check out his channel. We do this thing that we've come up with called Dare I Were, which basically is a story time. It just has a funnier name because, you know, we're just two guys from a redneck area, so we like to call it Dare I Were. So, jumping into today's story, I wanted to go ahead and just get started. This story is going to take us all the way back to the prehistoric year of 2008. I know, a long time ago. Just bear with me. Like, we'll make it through this, okay? I mean, the iPhone had only been out for a year at that point. Like, that's old. That's almost 10 years ago. Hard to believe. I don't want to think about it too much because I'm going to get all sappy about how old I am. But anyway, we're going to jump into the story now. So, Dare I Were. It was my junior year of high school, I believe. At least I think it was my junior year of high school. I could be mistaken, but I'm almost positive. I'm at 99.9% positive that this was junior year of high school. And you know, for me, high school was just kind of like everyone else's high school experience. It sucked, for the most part. Now, I did, you know, junior year wasn't awful, I don't suppose. I had good friends. I wasn't into trouble very often. And my classes were okay. All of that except for trig. I hated trig. No offense to my teacher who taught my trig class, but she was awesome. But I just did not like the subject. The subject did not match with me. Math and I, you could say if we found each other on Tinder, we would both swipe left in a heartbeat. Other than that, I digress. Anyway, it's my junior year in high school. So in high school, we had an hour-long lunch every day. So for half an hour, we could go and eat lunch, or for however long we wanted to eat lunch, we could have lunch. And then after lunch, we had this kind of half-hour time just to kind of hang out and talk with our friends. It was our recess time, even though recess wasn't really a thing in high school. So during my junior year of high school, they decided to start selling popcorn in our school. So I got a bag of popcorn right here, you know. Good old Orville Redenbacher. It's so good. So, this was not the kind of popcorn they sold though, however. In my high school, they sold homemade popcorn. Instead of just microwaving popcorn every day, they went out and bought a big bag of kernels, had a popcorn machine, and they would make it every day. They had people who were on student council making the popcorn, and I don't believe, at least I don't remember there being anyone chaperoning the popcorn machine. I believe it was just students running it. And looking back on this, in retrospect, that was a bad idea to just let students run the popcorn machine with no supervision whatsoever. Granted, yes, they were student council students, which are supposed to be, you know, the higher class students, or the more well-behaved, trustworthy students, you know, are supposed to be in student council. That was not the case at all with my student council. The student council students were the ones in charge of the popcorn machine. And every day at lunch they would pop popcorn and sell a bag for 50 cents to $1. I don't remember how much it was. It wasn't super expensive, but you know, it was just, you know, to raise money for student council things like homecoming, all that stuff like that. How my school was set up is that there was a commons area that was attached to the lunchroom, and then down from that there was a hallway that led out to the right that led into the gym. We could go in the commons area, lunchroom, or in that hallway, and at the very end of that hallway was where they sold the popcorn. Well, my group of friends always hung out at the end of that hallway, down near where the popcorn was. And almost every day, you know, we'd all buy a bag, we'd eat popcorn, have a good time, just hang out in that hallway and just chill. Well, that was all good and fun until one fateful day. Now, I have no idea when this was in the year. It could have been the beginning, middle, end. I believe it was somewhere in the middle, like probably right after home, like maybe December-ish, January, something like that. I don't know. I'm just thinking that for some reason, but I could be wrong. The people who were selling popcorn that day, they had something up their sleeve. All lunch long they'd been popping popcorn, but there was one special bag that for some reason they had set aside for me and me alone. And so I'm not going to name any names in this video. I'm going to keep the people who were part of this out of it. You know who you are if you're watching this video. They had devised a plan to put a frog in my popcorn. Here's the sad part though. I ate almost that whole bag of popcorn before anything happened. I get to the bottom of my popcorn bag, and sticking up just barely out of the end of the popcorn is a snout. I didn't realize what it was at first. I thought there was just something weird in my popcorn, you know, like a burnt piece of popcorn. So I dug down a little bit deeper into it. But no, it was not a burnt piece of popcorn. It was a frog. A dead frog that they had gotten from the biology class and put in the bottom of my popcorn bag. This frog had been bathing in formaldehyde for who knows how long. They pulled it from its slumber in the formaldehyde and stuck it in the bottom of my bag. Thankfully, there were no adverse side effects of me eating formaldehyde popcorn that had touched the frog. But y'all know that I went immediately to a trash can and threw everything up. So I don't know if that saved me from having any kind of reaction to the formaldehyde or not, but it was not a good day for Ryan. My friends all died of laughter because they all knew about this whole thing, and I had no idea this was happening. So I ate 3/4 of a bag that had a dead frog in the bottom of it. You think I would have noticed the weight change and that it was really heavy, but nah, you know, I had no idea. I had no idea this thing was happening. So I eat frog popcorn and I throw everything up. My friends all laugh and they all had a good time. I did not have a good time. Moral of the story, kids, just, you know, watch out for frogs in your popcorn. Yeah. I don't want to say it's a funny prank because, yes, it's gross and it could have been dangerous. But, you know, at the same time, nothing happened from it. I had a little bit of a mini heart attack. I threw up everything that I'd eaten that day. And all my friends got a good kick out of it. But y'all are just some evil people. You know that? Those of you who did the frog thing, you know who I'm talking about. So, kids, watch out for frogs in your popcorn. You never know when they're going to strike. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully you all did enjoy that story time. If you did, please smash the like button down below. And let me know if you want to hear more stories. I have a ton of stories from high school because I was always the butt of the jokes usually. So I've got tons of high school stories. I might, if I dig around my mind a little bit, have a few middle school stories in there. And of course I've got college stories. So, you know, just let me know down below if you want to hear more stories or not. Also, while you're down there, if you've not already, please remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I put a new video out. If you guys click right here, this is going to be my last video I put out. So go ahead and just click right here. Check this video out right here for my last video. And subscribe up there as well if you did not do so down below. Alright guys, that's all I have for y'all today. Until next time, take it easy.